Well, how's it going, friends and family? My name is Amos, and in this video, I'll be sharing a preview of what Patreon exclusive content looks like. I think enough time has passed where it's okay that I share it here. We're going to be talking about Marvell technology in this video, and towards the end of the video, I'll be giving you my revised price target. Does that sound good with you? Let's go ahead and get into it. So Marvell Technology, it's one of the big AI chip players alongside with NVIDIA, AMD, Broadcom, Intel, and whatnot. And this is a company that I was introduced into when I was going balls deep into AMD and NVIDIA because they all operate in the exact same landscape. Now, as you take a look at their stock price pattern, right? If we zoom out past 1 year, negative 7.5%. That's pretty bad. And if we do 5 years, then they're in the green by 130%. But let's zoom back in and just focus on the past 365 days. At their highest price point, they were roughly like 126, 125 a share, January of 2025. And then they fell off the cliff. Well, everybody fell off the cliff in April. It was a market-wide sell-off, reaching a very low of $49. I did not buy into them. Instead, in April, I went absolutely crazy and I put all my money into Google, Microsoft, and NVIDIA, and AMD, and SCHD. So unfortunately for Marvell, they were way too far down my list of priorities, so I didn't buy into them. However, after April, they did recover at a pretty nice pace, and they eventually reached like, what would you say, like $77, $75 a share. And then going into September, they went on another sell-off. And that's when I pulled the trigger. And what you see on your screen right now is the exclusive post that was only available for the Patreon family. So September 4th in Japan, but in America, it's September 3rd. So I bought into them September 3rd. So bottom line up front, I bought into Marvell for about $63 a share, 10 shares in total. There's something weird about me. I don't have OCD, but whenever I buy into a company or dollar cost average, I like to do it in this modality, either 1 share, 5 share, or 10 shares at a time. It's a really weird habit, but it's something that I do. So 10 shares in total. And it's basically exactly what I said to you in the beginning of the video. They're in the AI chip race, fighting for market share in the AI chip space. But what makes them different is that, similar to Broadcom, they're doing customized AI chips. Because right now, NVIDIA and AMD, they're producing chips that are state-of-the-art. Very expensive, but those GPU chips can do anything that you want them to do. So at a premium price tag, it comes with premium features. But when you think about it, not every single feature that Facebook, Amazon, Google, the hyperscalers that they're rolling out, they don't need the best chips for every single thing that they're operating with, right? So that's why Broadcom and Marvell come into play. Because you can pay a fraction of the cost to get a customized AI chip to do exactly what you want to do. Instead of buying the state-of-the-art, it's like kind of buying a Corvette, putting a 500 horsepower, 600 pounds of torque into a Toyota Prius, right? It doesn't make sense. If you're gonna drive a Toyota Prius, you might as well only have 120 horsepower with a little bit of battery plus gas, so it's like offsets the whole dependency on the fossil fuels or whatever. But point being, if you just wanna go from point A to B and you want 55 miles per gallon, you only need the Prius, right? But if you wanna go as fast as possible, of course, get a Tesla, get a Corvette. So that's why Marvell, I saw opportunity. I was like, wait, hold on. Because if everybody keeps caving in and they keep paying NVIDIA whatever they want and they develop a monopoly, then eventually the margins for the hyperscalers, it's going to be negatively affected, correct? And that's why in a capitalist society, you want to spread the distribution of the people that are making stuff for you. That way you have a little bit more pricing power. And that's why when you think about Amazon, they're not just buying it from NVIDIA. They're buying their chips from NVIDIA, AMD, and Marvell. You see what I'm trying to get at? But I do want to emphasize that Marvell's market share is really, really small in terms of the AI chip race. But anyways, let me continue reading the Patreon post. Marvell's legacy business still prints cash as their optical chips are essential for networking infrastructures and data centers. Prior to the AI data center movement, NVIDIA's legacy business focused on GPUs for gaming PCs, and AMD focused on CPUs. The bear case is that NVIDIA has so much AI chip market space that Marvell is doomed. Marvell is definitely fighting for cookie crumbs because NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel own a good chunk of the potential revenue. So why did I buy into Marvell at $63 a share? I see a lot of value in potential gains like I did with AMD and NVIDIA. This is September 3rd. I guess in Japan it was September 4th. Sure, Marvell will not replace NVIDIA as player number one in the race, but there's enough at the table for everyone to eat. Their revenue went up 58% year over year. They have 3 consecutive quarters of positive net income, which is their bottom line, so they're a profitable company. It's not like they're operating in the dark and shooting for profits. No, they print cash. And I think they fell off a cliff because of their earnings. I guess Wall Street did not like what they heard, but for me, dude, I was super bullish. Expecting Q3 2026 revenue to be very similar to Q2 2026 revenue. And I go on to say that even if it's flat quarter over quarter, I still think it's phenomenal. My price forecast in the next 6 to 12 months is $75 in a realistic sense and $100 if they surpass expectations for the rest of the year. It's not my highest conviction and belief, but I'd give this one a C+ or a B-. So after I share that post, what happened? How did things play out? So Marvell, I bought into them roughly $63. I know it says $62.31. I didn't time it perfectly. I bought it at 63. And since that exclusive Patreon post and when I bought into it, Marvell is up 58.7% into the green. And that's because this past week, they posted their earnings and it was just absolutely spectacular. Bottom line up front is that they had an absolutely bullish performance for Q3, and their future guidance is pretty insane. They're expecting their full year revenue growth to be 40%. Dude, that is pretty ridiculous. And I think their spectacular performance, it shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. It makes absolute sense because when you think about the Mag 7, I mean, I covered pretty much all of them on this channel, and you know how much money they are spending right now in CapEx in order to expand their data center networks to support their language learning models and cloud infrastructure. But we could also throw in OpenAI, Oracle. Everybody is spending billions of dollars, which means AMD, which means Marvell, Broadcom, dude, they're eating good right now. So if you're bearish towards NVIDIA, AMD, Marvell, dude, you're delusional. And another reason as to why Marvell is popping and they're flirting with $100 a share is that they just acquired Celestial AI, which is going to make their custom chips even better. Dare I even say, giving them an edge over Broadcom in a sense. And I'm not doing this to show off or to toot my own horn or to be like, look how big my tits are. No, I'm not doing that. I'm doing this to show you that the Patreon is good stuff. Actually, on Wednesday, December 3rd, they did touch $100 a share. So my price target forecast, it came to fruition. I said 75 back in September the 3rd. They hit 75. They went to 92, and they just hit $100 a share. And to be honest with you, I hear you. There's a fee to join the Patreon, but, I think it's worth it. Because not only are you supporting the channel, helping this YouTube channel to keep pumping videos, but the deep dives that are on Patreon, they do have a pretty good track record. And that's not the only one. There's multiple posts where I talk about it only on Patreon, but I don't talk about it on YouTube. But I do want to take a step back because I'm not promising miracles. If you think the Patreon's gonna make your waist become smaller or your hairline to come back, it ain't gonna happen. But I do think there's good value on the Patreon. And right now, I'm deep in the research for another post that's only going to be on Patreon. And it's gonna be a pretty big deep dive analysis that I'm pretty excited about, but I'm also kind of scared. And I'll leave it at that because it's only for the Patreon members. But as a man of my word, because I know no one's gonna hop onto the Patreon to join, I don't know, maybe someone will. With Marvell, I told you that I would give you my updated price forecast, right? So when it comes to Marvell, to be honest with you, my only regret is not buying more. I feel like back in September, I should have bought more than 10 shares because in about 2 months, to be in the green by 57%, I mean, to put it into perspective, if I had put $10,000 into Marvell, that would have grown to $15,700, right? So it's like, man, I wish I had more conviction and I wish I had more gunpowder to play with. But all that to say, I think their new valuation, I redid the calculation, I think it should be about $110 a share, and they're almost at that point. So what I'm trying to say is the upside from 98 to 110, it's not the highest. So I'm personally not going to jump back in, especially with their trading multiple being at 35. It's back to being fairly priced. In September, though, dude, it was so undervalued. When I saw that, I was like, dude, I can't wait to share it with the Patreon folks. But $110, I think they'll be able to hit that probably within the next, by the next earnings or after their earnings in about 3 months from now. So what do you think about Marvell? Do you like them? Do you hate them? But more importantly, I want to reiterate how grateful I am for you guys, because honestly, you have given me a sense of purpose, and I'm so excited to make videos and upload them onto YouTube. Like, I'm so freaking thankful for you guys. So I appreciate you more than you know. You don't even understand, but you guys are amazing. So with that said, honestly, I can't wait to make the next video and upload that Patreon post, and I'll talk to you guys really soon, okay? Stay safe, good luck in the stock market, and see ya.